Hey everyone, so I just wanted to chat a little bit and tell you about our camping trip. I didn't post like a reminder video that we were leaving. I mentioned it probably a couple weeks ago, but I didn't post a reminder that we were going camping and I wouldn't be posting any videos. I was pretty busy the couple days before, and I'm not telling you all this to like apologize for not letting you know. But just, I'm just telling you about it. But yeah, so we went camping last week and it was our first camping trip of the summer. And like when I was getting ready for it the couple days before, I thought to myself, I decided that this camping trip was just going to be for Glenn and I, and there was going to be no video taken. Not even for us. I didn't even take video for us. This camping trip, the memories, will only be in our hearts and memories, or our hearts and minds. So yeah, we'll be able to think back on this, and there won't be any video. The only video I took was like I took a little nature walk along the water and took a video, and just like nature video. But other than that, I did not record the camping trip at all. And it was, if I'm being honest, it was really nice and relaxing. It was nice for both of us to just disconnect from the internet, technology altogether for the most part, except what I took of nature. But it was just really nice. For some reason, this camping trip felt different for me, and it wasn't a bad different, it was a good different. And I don't know if it was because I wasn't worried about picking up a camera to take video, or maybe it was because it was our first camping trip of the season and it was nice to cook outside again on our camp stove. But I'm going to tell you about our camping trip. There just won't be any video. So let me get into that. So we left for our camping trip on Monday, and we went to the same spot as we always do. And you guys might ask, why do we always just go to the same campground? But if you're not asking, I'm going to let you know that it's very peaceful there. We're familiar with it, and with Glenn being disabled and not knowing if we can get to any fishing spots anywhere else, and we know how this one is, it's just perfect for us. During the week, it's so quiet there. There's no people having parties like they do on the weekend. There's no kids yelling. It's just very quiet for us, and we just enjoy that so much. So, and because we have a cargo trailer that's converted into a camper, not all private campgrounds accept cargo trailers. So, and this one does let us, it's a county park, but yeah, a lot of private ones don't accept converted cargo trailers. So yeah, we just like this campground. It's just very, very nice for us. It's perfect for us. So we had the spot that we did last year, and we parked the trailer. So the back door flips down to the lakeside. Normally we would have it to where it flips down and you're looking at all the other campers. This time we turned it around, and it was, you flip down the back door and the view was a lake. So it was very nice and private this time. And you just went out the back door and the fire pit was right there. So, so we got there Monday, and yeah, it was kind of muggy on Monday. So I was already kind of tired from the last couple days preparing for the trip and everything and packing everything in. It just seemed like a lot this time, maybe because nothing was pre-packed in the trailer. So anyway, we got there Monday, we set up, and Glenn went fishing while I set up. I knew he was itching to go, so I told him, just go fishing. I'm going to set up camp and everything. And it was really super hot, so I plugged in our electrical right away, got the AC going, and I went in the trailer and was organizing stuff. And then, so the camp meals, it's going to seem like I'm jumping around here. So I'll go back to setting up. I set up, and it got later that Monday evening, and it started to rain. So we got kind of, we did get rained out Monday night. So we went in the trailer. Yeah, we just went in the trailer, and I think we closed the back door, but then it stopped raining later, maybe. I don't even remember. That's how bad my memory is. But we went in the trailer, and what? Let's go back. So after I got done setting up, and I don't know if we ate lunch first or whatnot, but I had made supper salad on that Sunday, and I made enough to take to camp. So when we got there, I set up a little bit, and then we sat down and we ate some supper salad for lunch. And then for supper, I had made pulled pork the night before in the slow cooker, and it was made from a big pork loin roast that we received from the pantry like a couple months ago. We just had it in the freezer, and so I cooked that up and made pulled pork out of it. So we had pulled pork Sunday at home, and then we took it to camp to have leftovers on Monday. So when I was at home on Sunday, I thought, well, how am I going to warm up the pulled pork? Because, you know, when you warm it up in a saucepan, the barbecue sauce starts to smell burnt. So I thought, well, we have those, what are they called? Oh, we have those Hot Logic mini hot plates. So I thought, well, that would be perfect. So you can put the pulled pork in there, which is what I did, and I plugged it in and I let it warm up that way. And we plugged it in, I think a couple hours before it was time to eat. That gives it time to get really warm. So that was so simple, better than warming it up in a saucepan. So that worked perfectly. We had our pulled pork. And then Tuesday, the fishing was real slow. So the fishing was not good at all. So Tuesday, we went fishing for a while. And then I think we came back to camp. It was still morning. And I made bacon and scrambled eggs on the camp stove. And we ate outside there. So that was really nice. I don't even remember. Oh, I think at some point we took walks around the campground to the boat launch area. So, and I'll tell you about the wood we pulled to the campsite. So yeah, I made breakfast Tuesday morning. I don't even remember what happened, but Tuesday night we got rained out again. Yeah, so 2 nights of being rained out. But at some point, but Tuesday we ate beer brats Tuesday night. So I don't even remember what we had for lunch Tuesday, if we had anything. We might have just had the bacon and eggs for a late breakfast, and then that might have been it. So Tuesday afternoon, before it actually rained, I grilled out brats, and they were also from the food pantry that we received about a month ago. And so we took some of those, and I grilled out the brats, and then in the Hot Logic mini hot plate, once again came to use, because once we were done with the pulled pork on Monday, we put the leftovers in a plastic bag, put it in our refrigerator, and then washed out the Hot Logic plate. So we used it again Tuesday, and this was really nice. This is probably the most we've ever used this Hot Logic mini hot plate. So I grilled out the brats early Tuesday, and then we put beer in the hot plate, and I sliced up some onions, put it in the hot plate. Once I was done grilling out the brats, I put it in the hot plate with the beer and onions, and we plugged it in, and we just left it there for several hours while we went fishing and took a walk. And that way, when we were ready to eat, we didn't even have to worry about cooking, because it was already done and just staying warm in the Hot Logic hot plate. So that was very convenient. So that's what we had Tuesday. Wednesday, now Tuesday we had gone for a walk to the boat launch area. And I knew we were going to have a fire because I was determined to have a fire. Now, my determination was I want to be able to start a fire for a campfire. And we were no pros by any means. So the last couple of years that we went fishing or camping, we never really had a campfire. So this year I was determined to do a campfire. So we went for a walk Tuesday, and this would have been on the other side of the lagoon area where the boat launches are from the campground, from our campsite. And while we were walking, we saw huge dead branches fallen from the trees from windstorms from the past. And we both thought, well, that would burn really good. So we grabbed some. We were ready to go. We were ready to go back to the campsite, and we grabbed all these big branches that were dead, and I was lugging two of them. I had one on each hand, and I lugged them as they were behind me walking to the campground. And Glenn took one, and while he was on his scooter, he was carrying it behind him. So now we had like 3 huge branches. I mean, they were pretty good sized branches, and we took them back to the campground because we were planning on having a campfire on Wednesday night, because we knew it wasn't going to rain Wednesday night. So we took them back, and then later on we just had our brats from we went fishing for a while, I think, and then we came back, and then we had our brats, the beer brats. So it was really convenient to have the Hot Logic mini plate there to keep food warm for us. So that was Tuesday. It had been pretty uneventful at that time, but really relaxing. Honestly, it was really relaxing. So yeah, and I had just taken a walk while Glenn stayed fishing, taking pictures and videos of like dragonflies and things like that, anything I saw along the water side. And then Wednesday, we had planned to go into town and have lunch or supper at a restaurant we normally have a meal at. So we had planned that for Wednesday. Now Wednesday was our most perfect day. Weather was beautiful. It wasn't hot, it wasn't cold, it was just perfect. So yeah, Wednesday we and another part, I told Glenn there was big branches over there that we could use for the campfire. So early Wednesday, we went over there to check it out, and they were huge. I mean, really good size and girth. Good enough size for our campfire, not like so big that I wouldn't be able to handle them. So we went over there, we took some paracord, and I pulled them out of the bush there, and for the most part the logs were sticking out of the bush. It's just the trunk, the end part that was in the bush still. So I drug some out of there, and we tied some with paracord to the back of Glenn's scooter, and he drug them back to the camp with the scooter. And then I took 2 more, I think, and again I drug them behind me, carrying them in my hands, and I drug them to the campground. These weren't as far away from the campsite as the other ones. So we drug all this dead wood from the campground to our campsite for our fire, and it was like yeah. It was pretty cool though. It was funny, just like tying the wood to the paracord and tying it to Glenn's scooter, and he's dragging big pieces of wood with his scooter. So yeah, we were just having fun. And so I brought my handsaw, so I cut down all this wood to like small pieces for the fire. And so yeah, I did that, and I was so hot, and I had to take a wet wipe bath because I just was sweating and I got hot. So I cut all that wood down, and then I think after I got done taking my wet wipe bath, I think we went to town at that time, and it was still early enough in the day where we would go to town, have lunch, come back, and still early enough for a fire. So we went to town, and I think the diner, it's changed names a couple times, new owners. It's called River City Diner, I think now. It used to be Wayne's Restaurant. Now it's River City Diner. But Glenn had a chicken dinner. I had a hamburger and fries. Now, when we went there last year, their hamburger and fries were delicious, so that's why I ordered it. Well, they weren't so good this time, but his chicken was delicious, and he ended up giving me a couple of his pieces because he doesn't like the thighs, and I do, so I ate the thighs. So we had our dinner. We each got a piece of pie. I took a pumpkin pie, and he had a lemon meringue pie, and we both decided later the cost of the pie really wasn't worth what it tasted. So so yeah, we did that, and I think we stopped at the marina before we headed out of town because they have the pair of bald eagles there, the nest there, and so we didn't spot any eagles. So we just headed back to camp, and I probably missed some stuff there. Yeah, I'm probably missing some of the details, but that's okay. You're getting the gist of it. So we went back to camp, and we actually brought some wood of our own. I don't know if you remember when I cut those 2 trees down, all the branches I cut from the evergreen and the other tree that had dead branches on it, and all the small twigs and stuff. So I had gathered a lot of that, broke some twigs up, and cut some of the branches and brought it with us in a bucket. So now we had, and then when we got back to camp, they have some wood you can buy there. So we bought wood there, and we'll never buy it again because it doesn't burn well. But I even told Glenn before we even bought that, we probably got enough wood here for a good campfire. So, but we ended up buying the wood anyway, just to make sure we had some wood. And then while we were buying the wood and I was loading it onto the truck, Glenn saw a huge branch there. So I put that on the truck too and brought it with us. I didn't cut that one down though. I said, we'll just burn that one as it is. So, so we got back to camp, and this guy that we met last year that gave us fish that we had over the winter, we saw him earlier. He went out on his boat, and when we got back, he had stopped by with his boat, and he gave us his catch of the day, which was 9 perch, and most of those perch were really big, and he gave them to us. So that was really nice of him. So he sat there and we talked for a while. We just BS'd for a while, and then he left, and then we figured we'll just start the fire now. So we started, we were going to start the fire, so I built a little pyramid with the twigs and stuff, the smaller branches and the twigs, but I left a little opening at the bottom because I was going to use cotton balls. I was going to use cotton balls dipped in like petroleum jelly, that Vaseline or whatever it is. This was generic brand, but I just dipped the cotton ball in there and just smeared all the jelly around the cotton ball, and I put 2 of them together, and I just put them in the little opening and lit them up, and we had a pretty good fire. It lit it up pretty good. All the twigs and stuff that we brought from home and that we collected around the campsite, everything burnt really well. So I was pretty proud of myself. I was pretty happy. Yeah, I was pretty happy, and I was pretty happy that it burnt well, and then we had a fire, and we actually didn't need anybody's help. So that was nice. So yeah, we just the fire was going good. I just started piling more wood on it, and we had a 5-hour long campfire. I think we started around 7 and we finally put it out about midnight. Yeah. So it was pretty nice. We sat around the campfire, and at night, just at dusk, just after dark maybe, it was the night, I don't know if it was the strawberry moon, but the lady next to us, the campers next to us, spotted the moon coming over the lake. That's Lake Michigan that we're at. And she asked, have you guys seen the moon? And we looked, oh my God, it was a big orange ball, and it looked just above the lake. So I grabbed my camera and took a little bit of video and pictures. Didn't get the greatest, but still got it. So that was really cool. And then later that night, Glenn heard howling. And there are wolves known to be in this area, but also coyotes. And he heard howling, and then more howling. And it was a whole pack of either coyotes. We think they were probably coyotes. There was a whole pack howling at the same time. It was so amazing to hear. And then that happened like 3 or 4 times that night. And then the young ones get in there, and it was just, we were in awe over hearing this pack of coyotes, probably coyotes, just howling away. What, Prissy? That's Prissy. She's crying. So yeah, that was pretty amazing. We had hardly any mosquitoes or bugs or anything at all the entire trip. So we were very fortunate for that. We never had to light up a thermocell for mosquitoes or anything. I had no bugs in the back of the truck where I slept. No mosquitoes, no nothing. So it was pretty good. So, and I was even telling Glenn, I said, you know, it felt really good to not worry about taking video this camping trip. It felt really relaxing, and I was just enjoying just being in the moment. And I did tell him though, but if I did take video, it would have been a lot of good video with us hauling the wood. Glenn actually took his monster truck RC gravedigger, and he ran that thing in the grass near the campsite, and so yeah, that was pretty fun to watch. But yeah, it would have been great video, but the memories are going to just be in our hearts and our minds for Glenn and I. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. So Thursday was checkout. We had bagels Thursday morning. That guy that gave us the fish came back, and he said, I come bearing gifts. And he brought a cooler full of fish that were in his freezer already, that were already cleaned up, chunked, filleted in frozen water from his freezer to ours. He must have gave us like 10 bags of fish between bluegill, perch, and walleye. So we were so grateful and so thankful. And yeah, he actually wanted to take us out on his boat, but Glenn cannot get in a boat. So he said, if Glenn can get in a boat, I will take you guys out. So he's very generous and just good people all around. He told us next time before we come to the campsite to text him, because Glenn's got his number from last year, to text him, and he would bring us a bunch of good burning wood. So he said, don't pay for it, I'll just bring it to you. So that's very thoughtful of him. So yeah, we had a great time. Wednesday was a perfect day. We left Thursday afternoon. Checkout is at 3 and we normally stay till 3, but I think we left at between 1 and 2 this time or something. So, and we were actually sad to leave because we had such a great Wednesday. The only reason I was glad we're leaving because I wanted to see the kitties. But not for the kitties. I definitely would have wanted to stay. So yeah, that's the story of our first camping trip of the season. Things we have coming up. I think I mentioned it before. We have a couple more camping trips. We have at the very end of August, and I think the 3rd week of September, that were already paid from last year, so they're credit ones. So yeah, and not this coming up week, but next weekend and into the following week is Air Show Week in Oshkosh, but it's going to start here in town at our local airport, where some warbirds are going to come in the biggest formation, and they usually put a little bit of a show on here before they head on to EAA in Oshkosh. And so we're planning on going, not this coming up Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. They usually have like warbirds, jets, just big tribute to military. And Wednesday they usually have their nighttime air show plus fireworks, plus the Wall of Fire, which is a memorial to World War II. And yeah, so we're planning on going on that Wednesday, because the whole air show lasts all week, but gas costs a lot of money, and so we're just going to go the one day. We usually go 2 at least, but that's a lot of money for gas, and so we're just going to go one day, which is a day air show and a nighttime air show with fireworks and the Wall of Fire. So hopefully it's not too hot for us. So that's the story of our camp trip. And I have one more thing to share with you. I got some friend mail. A very big surprise. I wasn't expecting this. I checked the mail and there was an Amazon package in there and it felt like a book. And I know I didn't order a book. And I asked Glenn, did you order a book? No. So I, of course, well, duh, just open it up. And I saw, I think it looks backwards in there in the video. I'm not sure if it looks backwards or not, but a book on bread machine recipes. Thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa, she didn't even let me know she was sending it. She just sent it. So that was very nice of you, Vanessa. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So a lot of recipes in here. I've already kind of skimmed through it. Spotted a couple I want to make already. There's one peaches and cream bread. It sounds delicious and I definitely want to try that one. So I'm going to go through it and kind of put little markers of recipes I want to try. So thank you so much, Vanessa. I really appreciate that. You guys always just pull on my heartstrings when you guys do this, and just like the comments of you guys were worried about us, and that just pulls on our heartstrings to know that you guys were worried about us when I didn't post a video for like a week. But we appreciate you guys so much. You guys don't even realize how much we appreciate that. So thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close the video out here, and I hope you enjoyed this long chat. But next time we go camping, I'll definitely take some video, and we'll get Glenn to take Gravedigger again so we can run that and take some video. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I really appreciate all of you. So with that, remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.